We'd like to tell you a story about how you build an early learning community. You see, kids like me really want to be ready for school. Would you believe that right here in Kent County there are kids like me who are not ready for school? A few of our advocates, that means supporters, can tell you why.
The foundation for many of the skills needed for 21st century jobs are established in the earliest years. By age 3, a child's brain has reached 85% of its adult weight. Early childhood programs support the healthy development of children, and it also lends itself to productive adults and productive workforce.
The business community a number of years ago here in West Michigan got together in a couple different venues. I'll use Talent 2025 as a venue where we decided as a business community that education is important because it allows us to be more competitive. It allows us to do things in terms of productivity and engagement. I mean, there's so many outcrops of it. And as we started down that journey with that group of business leaders, we went outside and got experts to do studies for us. And the one that I think really resonated with our group was W.E. Upjohn did a study for us about a year and a half ago. And what they told us was that if you can have your 5-year-old ready when they show up for kindergarten to learn, the success rate is exponentially higher.
I'd also like to see the school be ready for me. Did you know that there's not enough room for all Kent County's kids in preschool? That's why we need other ways for kids like me to learn. This is my school neighborhood, and the map shows where all the preschools and child care providers live. Now the school invites parents and people who care for kids to come in before kids start kindergarten. They also help parents learn how to help their kids at home and learn what readiness even means.
Our early learning communities, which we have been perfecting since 2010. It started out as a program for caregivers to bring their children to a play group and to learn strategies for themselves for what they could do in their home as they cared for children. And what we found out as the program continued is that parents wanted to come, grandparents wanted to come, other staff from centers, child care centers in the neighborhoods wanted to be there.
Now Mom's ready to go to school with me. Let's hear from my future principal.
Early Learning Community started last year. Since then, I have seen the program flourish. There are some days at our morning, right now, our 8:30 one, where it's packed. Either you can't even get into the classroom. It's a dual role because it fills an academic need for the children, and it also helps the parents learn how to deal with their children, with literacy and just manipulatives. Everyday things they have at home so that their students can be prepared for kindergarten. I think it is invaluable in its role and its function. So many of our parents have limited resources that they can walk to. A lot of our moms here, they come with their strollers and their other little kids, and it is just a fabulous resource for them right here in their community. After every program, they get to go home with a book. They read a book, and all the activities are planned around this book, and there's a theme. And then at the end of the day, every parent goes home with one book, that same book. And so they can reread it, the child knows it, they can look, do picture walks with it. So yeah, it's fabulous.
There are also classes just for the adults that teach them how to help me learn. We take trips to farms, zoos, nature centers, and learn around town as well.
The research for any kind of early intervention program, it speaks to quality. It's not good enough just to have a program. The program has to be of high quality. So in early learning communities, we employ highly qualified teachers, and that helps us then. They know what is developmentally appropriate for young children. They have had experience working with families, and so we are able to design a program that is of high quality, and then therefore the intervention becomes much more effective.
Kinder Camp for me was the frosting on the cake, and that's the best part. Not only do kids go to school for a week, but so do their parents. My mom now knows everybody that's anybody at my new school.
Kinder Camp is a wonderful opportunity for our parents and our children to get used to the school on a regular daily basis before school starts. It's a week-long program, and it has two components. It has the children's component and it has the parent component.
The benefits of the Parent Institute is not only does it allow the students to get used to what's going to happen during the school, but it allows the parents to be exposed to what's going to happen. And anytime you have a parent involved in that student's education, in their child's education, their student achievement numbers and data go all the way up. If a child comes from a home that encourages learning and sets a high value in education, then that child will do much better on all of their work. Another thing that establishes with the Kinder Camp is that parents become positive. They become positively engaged with the school community.
Early Learning Community Schools meet all year long to plan for activities with the kids and their caregivers, and here's why.
Just to name a few of the societal benefits, we expect lower rates of placement in special education, higher rates of literacy and reading by the 3rd grade, lower use of expensive emergency room care, higher rates of graduation, lower rates of child abuse and neglect, higher rates of post-secondary attendance, and higher rates of readiness for career and job success.
So let me sum it all up. Early Learning Communities has 6 big parts and pieces: play and learn, classes for caregivers, field trips, kinder camp, school transition teams, and eventually getting us all to preschool. These are game changers. The results can be humongous. Let my mom tell you.
Kinder Camp just impact the life of Jordan, totally impact in the confidence, because I saw the difference. After Kinder Camp, he was telling me, "Mommy, I want to go to school."
We've got a goal in Western Michigan to increase the talent level by 2025. That's a long-term investment. So we've given ourselves the runway to do it the right way, to make the changes for that kid, to help the families prepare that child to be able to go to school.
Let's help all kids and families get ready for school. A handshake, high five, or hug to our kind investors and partners. Maybe your school would like to become an early learning community. To learn more, contact firststepskent.org or grps.org.